button. Let's hit that red button. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we are. How's it going, everybody? Andrew Wall here, and today I'm going to teach all of you how to build a successful online business. I have built a successful online business myself. I was lucky to be outside of the 90% of businesses that completely fail, and I built the #1 gaming network on YouTube along with broadband TV and along with my colleagues, and I was extremely lucky to be able to quit my job and go build a successful online business. And I want to share with you guys some really important things that you need to know, because as a creator and as you're kind of chasing the dream, being successful as a creator goes way beyond just subs and views. And I've got this tweet right here that kind of covers what I mean by that. So many people are focusing online, and I totally understand, on getting those subs and views. But today we're going to talk about scaling up your idea, how to protect yourself legally, how to manage your money, and how to save a ton of time along the way. These are things that you need to take into consideration and that you need to take very seriously if you want your online business to grow and to scale. You will run into problems down the road if you aren't able to effectively address these things, and so we're going to talk about all of those. I've learned through failures and successes, growing multiple YouTube channels, Twitch avenues, a network, a media company, growing a team. I've managed up to 65 people at the same time and across the globe, across multiple countries, across multiple time zones, and I've learned that if you have a successful channel, if you have a successful stream, if you have a successful small piece of what will become a business, and you don't have the foundation in place in order to grow and to scale, then you're going to be screwed in the long run. So that's what I'm going to cover right now. You guys ready? Let's go. First things first, let's talk about what you need to do to protect yourself legally. So what I mean by that is you've probably heard stories with Philip DeFranco or H3 Podcast or different big creators getting sued at some point and going through these legal battles and what have you. Guess what? What if you become successful one day and somebody sues you? Do you know how many lawsuits happen and how many liabilities happen behind the scenes and people never hear about it? In terms of creators? Did you know that that's going to increase and increase and increase over time as influencers become more and more prominent, as people become more and more litigious, and they are able to find opportunities to sue people through the internet? You need to protect yourself legally today. And that's the first thing that I want to talk with you guys about. This is real talk. This is something very, very serious, is to protect yourself legally right here. And so I'm not paid by this company to recommend this to you. This is just an example of something that you can do. I highly recommend considering a service like LegalZoom in order to create an LLC, which is a limited liability company, and you can create that online through the internet. You don't have to go hire a lawyer in person. You don't have to go through complicated legal implications and what have you. You can literally just click buttons on the internet and insert your credit card and create an LLC. And what an LLC will do for you, which is very, very important, is it'll create a limited liability company for you as a creator and for your online business. And this is something that you need to strongly consider, because what it does is it makes it so that any activities that happen on your channel or through your merch store or through your live stream or through live events you may throw in the future, etc., are all now funneled through that limited liability company. And so if you end up getting sued, if somebody ends up getting injured at your event and you're maybe on the hook or you're liable for millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, etc., you personally aren't necessarily liable for all of those damages or liable for all of those implications. You are now protected by this limited liability company. You can create this online. It does cost a couple $100 to actually follow through and to finish creating the LLC, but you're going to be thanking yourself later on for doing this. Not to mention, if you create an LLC, you can run all of your finances through that LLC, through that company, and then you can file your taxes through that company, and then you can make more money, because you can do better tax write-offs. You can maybe categorize your company as a business, and perhaps your country or your state or locally, there are tax incentives for your company that you can take advantage of because you created an LLC. by creating an LLC, you can also basically ensure that you have the best possible circumstances legally. So if you're in the United States, for example, you can choose which state you want to become an LLC in, and you can maybe get different tax benefits depending on what you want your business to be like. This is something super, super important that you guys need to consider on day one. Create a legal entity that is your channel, that is your business, because what if you become successful? What if you bring on board staff? What if you end up taking on liabilities? What if somebody gets injured at the fan meetup that you create and all of a sudden you're in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit? Guess what? This happens every single day. Think about the future and think about creating an LLC for your online business. You can do it online, no problem. Do it today, and you can create something that can be for your online business in the long run as well. Carlos P and Chris on Periscope, it's great to see you. Hey, Hero Jalen, Eddie, SGL, Big Red, good to see you. You're 13 and you think it doesn't make sense for you? Fair enough. Well, if you're running an online business and you're running a live stream and you end up blowing up at some point, you do need to strongly consider talking to your parents and asking your parents about having them create you an LLC if you become a very successful streamer that can protect you legally and also can help you financially. And here's the other part. People need to better manage their money as creators. It's something that they don't really think about. The money comes into your PayPal account and you're good. And maybe you can spend some of that money on getting a new computer. Maybe you can spend some of that money on, buying some fun stuff for yourself. Maybe you do a giveaway with your community. And a lot of creators feel like, money managed. It's all in PayPal, so it's all managed and we're good to go. Are you though? I don't think that you are actually. And when you create an LLC and then you create a bank account to be associated with that company, you can manage your money through that bank account. And in order to run a successful business, you need to understand how healthy your business is, where your revenue's coming from, and how you're spending your money to know whether your business is growing, to know what your revenue sources are. And this is how you move your business from, I'm just running a Twitch stream in my bedroom, to, okay, now I'm running multiple channels. Okay, now I have an affiliate program. Okay, now I have merchandise. Okay, now you have like 5 or 6 different types of revenue. Which ones are working? Which ones are bringing in the lion's share of your money? How do you know what is actually growing your business? And in the UK, it's called an LTD, not an LLC. Thanks for that, Eddie. How do you know where your money's coming from? If you know where your money is coming from for your channel and for your online business, then you can know where to invest your time. So one type of resource, they don't pay me to say this, I'm just gonna recommend it because I use it for my online business, is to use a service like QuickBooks. And through QuickBooks, they have integrations where you can just flat out integrate your Merc store, you can integrate your your PayPal, you can integrate your bank account directly into this and it'll automatically manage your money for you, in that it'll tell you what all of your different revenue sources are. It'll tell you how much money you're making on a monthly basis. You can also figure out how much you should put aside for your taxes as well. This is something that a lot of creators are like, boring, I don't care about this. Guess what? You need to care about this, because if you get audited, you need to have correctly done your taxes or you could go to jail. Did you know that? And you need to know what your revenue sources are so that you can properly spend your time on the things that are actually making you money. A lot of creators are spending so much time and effort telling people, like my video, it'll really help me out, or look in the description below to buy my t-shirt and buy my merch, when really the vast majority of their revenue may be coming from donations, or they may be coming from sponsorships. So instead of spending their airtime or spending their personal time or spending their creative time and energy on things that aren't making them money, like trying to push that merc, they should be focusing on getting more tips and maybe getting more sponsorships. But using a tool like QuickBooks, it can easily tell you immediately what's making you money, what is not making you money, and how you're spending your money in your business. Are you spending a bunch of your money on hardware? Are you spending a bunch of your money on software? Are you spending a bunch of your money on video games? It'll tell you how much that is, how you're breaking that down, whether all of those giveaways that you're doing for your channel are maybe too much. Perhaps you are making way more money than you actually thought you were making, and you were way more profitable than you actually were thinking. Maybe you should do more giveaways. Perhaps you should consider running advertisements on your channels to grow your channels because you're so profitable. How are you even going to know unless you are doing your accounting on a basic level? This is not complicated, guys. This is like literally log in using PayPal and categorize stuff, and it'll tell you how much money you're making, and it can help you decide how you want to spend your money in the future. This is incredibly important. Think about it today, creators. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how little money you're making. I'm only making $200 a month. Should I really be considering this? Yeah, you should be considering this if you want to actually do something like this for a living or make a significant amount of revenue or income from actually growing an online business. Consider getting something like QuickBooks in order to make that happen. And another thing that you guys need to consider, hey, what's up, Tom Nash? Good to see you. You made a fan page for me on Facebook. Tom Nash, you are a wonderful man. And the next thing you need to consider is saving a ton of time when you're scaling up your business. So saving time is really important. So many of you guys, the primary resource that you have when you're building your channel and you're building your online business is time. You're investing your time to make videos. You're investing your time to live stream. You're investing your time to create thumbnails. You're investing your time to post on social media, but you don't necessarily have a lot of money yet. So how can you increase the amount of time that you have to create content? If you save time, you can make more videos. You make more videos and you grow faster. If you can save time on making thumbnails, you can stream more. The more you're streaming, the more money you make and the faster you can grow, etc. So there is a tool that I recommend. Asana doesn't pay me money to say this, but I love Asana. I think that it is an incredible tool. And Asana is a project management tool that you can consider to manage yourself and to manage your time. Because guess what? Time is your most important resource that's available to you as a creator, especially when you have very little money. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat there. I'm not sure what the currency is, Eddie, but thank you very much, Eddie. I really appreciate that super chat. Awesome. Thank you very much for the 20. And I think you got the notification up top as well. Hopefully that alert dropped down. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I just made a little bit of money, and hopefully my advice can help save you time. So time is your most valuable resource on the internet for most creators, especially young creators, especially for students, people that don't have a ton of money, that aren't 30 plus, haven't had a career yet. Your time is incredibly valuable. So a project management tool like Asana can help you plan out your content and help you plan out your channel and schedule what you're doing. So what do I mean by that? A tool like this allows you to, when you're creating all of your video ideas for the week, you can say, okay, what video ideas do I have? You type them into a project management tool like Asana. You don't have to use Asana, just Google project management tool. You can check different stuff out. And you can say, okay, here's my ideas for my videos this week. Here's video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, and video 5. You plug all of those into Asana, and then you say, okay, well, what do I need to do to create each one of those videos? Well, to create those videos, I need to make a thumbnail, I need to do recording, then I need to do editing, then I need to make my thumbnail, then I need to release it on my channel. So then in Asana, you create a template for each one of your videos that does that. Okay, it lists off task 1, task 2, task 3, and task 4. Okay, well, when am I gonna have time to make each one of those videos? All right, you create deadlines for each one of those videos for yourself. All of a sudden, just in 10 minutes of planning with a project management tool like Asana, you've planned out a professional content schedule for your channel. You've planned out a professional online video business that allows you to save time and to create more content so that you can grow faster. Just by planning out your content, planning out the steps involved in your content, and then you'll be able to produce more content with your time. There are free project management tools out there. Asana is the one that I love because In later stages in your business, you're going to need to collaborate with other people. You're going to need to, as you scale up your business, and that's the next part that I want to talk about. As you scale up your business, you're going to need ways to scale up your business. How do you produce more videos? 20 pounds is more than 20 USD? Oh my gosh, it was 20 pounds. I didn't recognize the currency thing there. Thank you for 20 pounds. Yes, 20 pounds is better than USD. Thank you very much for that. That is the best 20 of any currency super chat I've ever received. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. So how do you scale up? How do you scale up the number of videos that you're doing? Guess what? You scale up the number of videos that you do by hiring editors. Editors can edit your videos for you. Great. How do you coordinate with editors? You need a project management software to coordinate with editors. Great. Now you have editors editing your videos so you get more time. All right, well, how about how you scale up your ideas? I'm spending 2 to 3 hours per video on making thumbnails. Guess what? You can hire designers to do that. Great. Designers are great because they can make better looking thumbnails than you can, and they can save you time. How do you coordinate with them? Project management software is how you coordinate with them. Well, hold on a second. You're spending a lot of time managing your channel and managing your socials as your business scales up, and you've got some money in your pocket. What do you do at that point? You hire a channel manager and social media manager for your business. How do you coordinate with that social media manager and channel manager? Project management software is how you do it. And so what you can do when you have something like Asana, a project management software, you can assign tasks to people, and those people can work for you. And those people, when they work for you, they save you time, and it allows you to do more of what you want to do, which is create content. That is incredibly important, and that's why I'm telling you guys about how to grow your online business. When you put these foundational pieces into place, when you put these foundational items that I'm telling you about into place, it allows you to spend more time doing what you love to do, which is creating content. So let's review, and then we're going to get into answering some of your questions. In order to scale up your business, you need to put essential things into place to do so. Piece number one is creating something like an LLC. It can be an LTD, and you need to protect yourself in terms of your legal side of your business. So create a business so that you can run your taxes through it, and so that you can run your legal liabilities through it to protect yourself legally and to help you better manage your money. Sounds good. It's a couple $100 on the internet by clicking a few buttons, and it can save your buns down the road and help you scale your business. The next part is to manage your money. Something like QuickBooks is $10 a month. They don't pay me to say this, but when you manage your money, you know how to spend your time, and you know how to make more money, and you know how to invest your money. You know whether to do advertisements. You know how you can build your business with your money as you're making more money. It's like $10 a month for the basic version of this. It's not expensive. This is a foundational piece that you need. Guess what? You have to file your taxes. Every dollar that you make streaming, every super chat you get, you need to file your taxes. Doing something like this can help you save time doing that. And the final piece here is actually saving time itself and putting the infrastructure in place that you need to save time. And I highly recommend something like Asana, the project management software we just talked about, that will allow you to scale up your business by assigning tasks to yourself so you can organize yourself. And once you assign those tasks, what happens? You get more time. And then once you have money, then you can get people to work for you through something like this. And as soon as people are working for you, that means that you are working on what you love, which is creating content. You see how that works? It all is tied in together. And this poorly drawn heart here is you creating content because that's what you love. So all of these foundational pieces are incredibly important and essential for you to be able to do what you love. I just wanted to tell you those things to open up your mind and to get you thinking about the bigger picture. Darsizzle Offshore is here in Twitter chat. What's going on, Darsizzle? Nia Boo is here as well. Thank you so much for joining. So there you go. That was the basic idea of how to build an online business. I have done this myself. I've scaled up a business. I can't tell you precisely how much money or what have you it's made, but I've managed teams of up to 65 people, and it's made, and revenue in the millions of dollars, we'll say. So that's, I have experience doing this, and I have experience with failures and successes, and I also have experience with building online businesses and building businesses outside of this as well. Brick and mortar businesses, managing P&Ls and the whole nine. And the bottom line is online tools make it so that you can do what used to require an accounting team, and used to require a project manager, and used to require hiring an expensive lawyer. You can just go to websites and get those services digitally because of technology, okay? So that's incredibly important. Go ahead and hit me with your questions in chat on how to grow your channel. I do have some fast pass questions here from some of my patrons, and here is one interesting question that came up. Are there any advantages that smaller YouTubers have over larger YouTubers, was the question here. So smaller YouTubers versus larger YouTubers is an interesting topic. So here's the advantages that I feel smaller YouTubers have. Smaller YouTubers have more flexibility. That's something that's really, really important to know. They have way more flexibility and they have way bigger opportunities to be creative in the early stages of building their business. So when we take a look at a YouTube channel, let's look at Relia right now. He's in chat right now. We'll take a look at his YouTube channel, and Relia is in the earlier stages of building his channel. And one beautiful thing that he can do on his channel, I actually think he was the one that asked me this question, so let's talk about it. What advantages does Relia have over, say, Ali A, who Ali A is a YouTube juggernaut? He actually has a lot of major advantages today that Ali A does not have. So let's talk about what advantages he has. Relia, because he doesn't have as much risk. Hi, Thai Girls Gone Wild just joined in chat. Wow, Thai Girls Gone Wild, incredible. What a channel name. Good to see you. Everybody, feel free to ask your questions. You missed some of the name of that last app. Okay, so just a moment ago, real quick before I dive all the way into this question. To manage your books, I recommend QuickBooks. To create a company for your online business as a creator, I recommend LegalZoom. The third thing, the project management software I recommend, is called Asana. A-S-A-N-A, Asana. We project manage everything on TGN with Asana. We produce over 2,000 videos per year through Asana, plus a bunch of other stuff. Asana is amazing for creators to coordinate globally with each other. We literally coordinate with people across the globe every single day using Asana. They don't pay me to say that. Broadband TV or TGN don't officially endorse Asana. It's just the tool that I have used and I've used in business, and it works great. I love Asana. It's great. It's so simple. Maybe I'll get an affiliate code or something for Asana. I'm just recommending it because I just straight up actually use it and like it. Great. And it's great for creators. It's like just intuitive for creators. All right. So, because we work with almost exclusively creators to create content. So here are the advantages that you have, Relia, as a small YouTuber. You only have 2,300 subscribers, and let's contrast that. And you're getting thousands of views per month. And we're going to contrast that with somebody like Ali A, who has got 14 million subscribers. So what do you have? I mean, you'd be like, he has no advantages in comparison. Are you kidding me? You've got tons of advantages in comparison to Ali A. Here's the first thing. You are more hungry. So you are willing to try a lot of new things that he is not willing to try. So you have the innovation advantage where you can try out new games, you can try out new tactics, and you can try out new platforms. Innovation, I kind of screwed up the spelling of innovation there, but you can try out new platforms that he can't try. So let's say that something like Facebook gaming is going to be the next big thing. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that it is, but let's say that it is. Facebook gaming could be big. You don't have a huge commitment to YouTube yet, Relia. And so you can go look at other platforms and you can go, you know what? I think Facebook gaming might be something that I would want to pursue. What if 1 or 2 years from now, everybody, and this is not me endorsing Facebook gaming, this is just telling the advantage of a small creator over a big creator. What if Facebook gaming blows the hell up? And somebody like Relia hops on board early and starts making big money and getting big eyeballs with this terribly drawn eyeball right here on Facebook gaming because he hopped on board the platform early. Why was he able to do that? Because he's a smaller creator. He's got more flexibility, importantly. We'll talk about flexibility separately, but he also is able to be more innovative with his strategies because he has little to no commitments financially, and he has little commitments in terms of his audience. And so that's something that's really important. Off the Grid with Doug and Stacy. Great to see you in chat. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm happy to recommend Asana anytime to anyone. So your innovation of maybe going after Facebook gaming and trying some crazy content tactic where you're streaming on Facebook gaming and you're running ads next to it or something, and you're like, all right, I found a way to run advertisements on my Facebook gaming page, and holy crap, I'm all of a sudden getting 10,000 views per video on Facebook, and I only spent, something like, $20 in advertisements to get that 10,000 views. All of a sudden, because you were small, you had the opportunity to be innovative, whereas Ali A, he can't do that. Ali A has to stay on YouTube right now. Ali A has to do what works right now, because guess what? I'm guessing. I haven't spoken with Ali A. He is partnered with Broadband TV, so disclosure, I work for Broadband TV and he's now partnered with their company. I don't know anything about the back end of his operation, but let's say he's got a manager. Let's say, so he's got to be accountable to a manager. I'm just going to throw him out there as an example. I have no idea if this is actually the case for him, but let's say he's got a manager, okay? Let's say he's got an editor. Let's say he's got, a graphic designer. Let's say that he's got, sponsors. All of a sudden, all of his stuff starts to rack up and starts to become things that he's accountable to, people that he's accountable to. And I'm just using him as an archetype example of a creator. All of a sudden, all of those things that he's accounted to, the sponsors, the employees, the channel itself, make it so that he is unable to be as innovative as somebody else who might not have those obligations. That means he's more or less locked in to his current strategy because it's working extremely well. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that Ali A is in a bad spot. Ali A is in an incredible spot. He's getting millions of views per video, and he is a YouTube gangster. But the point of this is, he is locked in with this strategy because people are counting on him, audience is counting on him. He's got a lot of things that he's accountable to. Relia doesn't have those things, so he is free to innovate. So Relia, through his innovation, could be onto the next big thing. Relia, because he's able to be innovative, and this is not just about Relia, this is about small creators, these are going to be the Ali A's of the future. The small guys, when they can be flexible, find the new strategy and blow up using that new strategy. I've seen it time and time again. Everybody that's big today wasn't big 2 years ago. Okay, they weren't big 3 years ago. They were small for a long time, and then they found an innovative strategy and they grew with that. So your innovation and your flexibility allows you to be the big guy of the future. Whereas once a big guy like Ali A starts to decline, he's going to be able to pivot much slower as he declines over time, okay? He's going to be much slower at it because he has all of those things that I talked about earlier that he was dependent on that kind of lock him in. I don't know, that's supposed to be a lock. It's supposed to be a lock, I don't know. But those things that lock him into his strategy, okay? So he'll be able to pivot slower. I'm not saying that he's going to decline, but he's going to pivot much slower. So that gives you the big opportunity to be the future, basically. So that's one of the biggest advantages small creators have over large creators. The other thing is I guess it has a lot to do with flexibility, essentially. And it's flexibility of platform, it's flexibility of topic, and it's also flexibility creatively. So that's another huge advantage in terms of your fulfillment that you get to have as a small creator. What's up, Sis Bros? It's great to see you, Sis Bros. Awesome to see you. Any quick suggestions for you, Blue Angels? Yeah, let me pull up your channel here in just a moment, and I'll give you some suggestions for your channel. No problem. The other advantage that you have is that you can do things that can satisfy you creatively, way more so as a small creator versus a large creator. So we'll use Ali A as a continued example. I'm not saying that he's in this situation. We're just using him as an example that people know about. Let's say he gets tired of Fortnite. He gets just super tired of it, and he's just so done with Fortnite. Well, guess what? He's kind of counting on Fortnite for his online business. His employees or his manager or whoever he may have is counting on him for Fortnite. So he's got to continue to cover this game and just run it into the ground. And that's just the way that it is. So he may not, when he gets tired of Fortnite, he may not be as satisfied creatively in his life. He may not be as happy creating content because he's got to create content that's really successful right now. So that's one of those trade-offs that you get when you're successful in business, and I can tell you from experience. When you're doing something with your business that's working, when you become the big boy, so I know this from like the early days of TGN when we were small versus when we got huge. When you're small, you can do things that satisfy you creatively all the time because there's less implications, there's less risk. Once you become the big guy, you became big doing probably one or two things really, really well. Guess what? When you're big, you have to just keep doing those things because that's why you're successful. And if you stop doing those things, your business could die. What if you don't like doing those things anymore? Too bad. People are counting on you. Your channel is counting on you. Your viewers are counting on you. So this is something that is a huge disadvantage of being the big guy over the small guy, is less creative satisfaction in some cases because you have to serve the business. So that's another thing. I hope that answered your question, Relia, about advantages that small creators have over big creators. I know from experience. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and move into the next question, which is Blue Angels Gaming. So Blue Angels Gaming Blue Angels Gaming has been following me for quite a bit. There's Dono Hype. Is there some Dono Hype here? Got $20 through a super chat. It's not even popping up in my super chat here. That's weird. But I got $20 through a super chat, and Off the Grid with Doug and Stacy is saying, have a look at our channel and tell me your write-off thoughts. Okay. Here, let's go ahead and take a look. I'll get to you, Blue Angels Gaming, I promise, but somebody just donoed to me really quick. So I need to make sure that I do what they're asking because they super chatted me. So really quick, to Doug and Stacy, I really appreciate the donation and I'm happy to look at your channel. And everybody else, Doug and Stacy, Off Grid. All right, I will give you my initial thoughts, but Doug and Stacy, I do have a Patreon. And if you end up becoming a $25 patron, I will do a full-blown channel review for you for $25, okay? So I really appreciate the donation. Here's the link to my Patreon. I will do a full-blown channel review for $25 per month. Plus, you can get Fast Pass access on these streams. Plus, you can message me. Plus, you're on Discord as well. So that's something that you guys should consider. But I will give you my initial thoughts, and I really appreciate the donation. Dono Hype! Thank you very much. Okay, Blue Angels, I will get to you, I promise. Okay, so Off the Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm just gonna, normally, when I do channel reviews, I research someone's channel deeply, and I end up giving them, you know, some really well thought out advice. So, and I usually put way too much time into assessing their channel. Way more than they're paying me. People that pay me $25 to do a channel review, I give you what I would normally charge somebody $200 for. But let's go ahead and pull up your Social Blade as well. Let's take a look. This will be a live mini review, I guess we could say. And we will take a look at your numbers. First, I always like to look at the numbers first. So Doug and Stacy are getting 7,000 subscribers per month. So great job. Also 617,000 views per month. So that's actually very, very good growth, but it looks like that your channel has been dropping off in terms of performance recently. So it looks like your channel spiked here in December 2016, moved up in February 2017, plateaued for a bit, and is now tanking here the last couple months. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to keep it real as I always do with my channel reviews. So what is the source of that decrease in your views is the primary thing that we're going to want to identify. Also, what is the primary source of the decrease in subscribers? You were getting 15,000 per month, now 7,000 to 5,000. There was a major decrease there. So I don't know if you know what the decrease is. We can go ahead and take a look. So if we look at what you're covering, it looks like you're doing kind of prepper type of content, off the grid, sustainable lifestyle type of content. It's not prepper, it's sustainable lifestyle, okay? Let's take a look a few months back and see what was really blowing up your channel. 7,000 subscribers per month is absolutely fantastic, but let's see what was really working at that time versus today. Okay. It looks like there's more kind of, oh, Darsizzle offshore? Met off-grid? Hold on a second. Is that what happened here? Did Darsizzle offshore recommend you? Interesting. Darsizzle offshore in the game. The most watched female angler. Interesting. Okay, so you're a part of that outdoors community. So I'm just taking a look back in time to see what was working for you and what was more effective then. Okay, I see. Yep, I'm starting to see what was working for you versus today. Okay, and then we look at what you're doing today. Okay. Got it. Okay, so there's a couple things here that I'm noticing right out the gate. When you were more successful a handful of months ago, you were more clearly communicating value through your thumbnails and your titles than you are today. So let's take a look at 5 months ago. Let's see, 5 months ago would be like during a major view spike here in this period of time. Here's a slight thing that you were doing then that you weren't doing now, and it was more clearly communicated through your thumbnail. So what I'm talking about is this right here. This how-to video, make your own. So you actually use the formula that works for how-to videos here that really works, and I noticed you weren't doing that anymore. You weren't clearly communicating as much value today as you were then. So here, this is the classic great way to do a how-to video and how to communicate value through a how-to video. I told Darsizzle Offshore this when I did a coaching call with Darsizzle Offshore. So let me go ahead and zoom in here and show you the proper way to do a how-to video and to communicate value, which I'm not seeing right now. Where did that video go? Oh, where did it go? Really? It just completely shuffled everything around on me. You were doing the right thing. Yeah, you even did it right here too in this how-to video. Yeah, but it's not quite as good. Hold on a second, let me find that how-to video. Sorry, bear with me. This is why I don't do live channel reviews. I think it's up a bit. Come on, I'm gonna show you this video and you're gonna see what was super awesome about it and what was great. There you go, make your own. This is the video I wanted to take a look at. Thank you for bearing with me on that one. Okay, great. So make your own. What did you do right here? So there's a couple things that you did right in this how-to video that a lot of people make mistakes on later once they start doing educational content later. So you show the final product in the thumbnail, which I think is really important. When you're showing people a how-to video, you want to show them the end result in the thumbnail. You don't want to show them how you get to the end result in the thumbnail, which is really important. A lot of people in how-to videos are thinking, I need to tease what the end result is going to be in that how-to video in the thumbnail. No, you don't. You need to show the end result because that's what people are going to click for. People want straightforward value in a how-to or a learning piece of content. And so this is something that you're doing here. You're showing the final baking powder here, which is really important. And how to make baking powder so easy and also make your own. So you're communicating additional value beyond just the educational value. It's not just a regular how-to video. This is a unique how-to video and it's easy and you can make it on your own. So you're combining unique value plus learning value in a single thumbnail and title combination that is highly effective in generating click-through rate. And I can't see your audience retention on this, but the value you're communicating through this thumbnail is fantastic. You're showing the end result, which is really important. So we've talked about that before. Show the end result. And you want to show the learning value, which we'll just do learn here. And then you want to show an additional value on top of that, which you've done. So you've done everything right with this video, which is why this video has 32,000 views, which is above average for your channel. Now, if we take a look at some of your more recent content, I'm not seeing any of that learning content here. I mean, right here, this one's like, what we learned about Hurricane Lane? I don't know, like, what did you learn? You're not showing the value. You're saying this is important, but you're not showing what you actually learned. So this is a reason why this video didn't get as many views. You're saying this is important, and you're showing a hurricane here. But when you're doing educational content, you're not supposed to talk about, hey, look, this is important. You're supposed to say, here's what you're going to learn. Here's the final value of what you're going to learn in the thumbnail. If it's not in the thumbnail, people aren't going to click it as often, and your click-through rate is going to be much lower. So that's why this video didn't get as many views or as much click-through rate. You didn't communicate the actual value of the video. You just are saying, yo, trust me, this is important. Is it? I don't know. I don't know who you are. I'm not gonna click that. I'm out. So that's why that one got less views. Let's do another example. You could say, let me give you one more. Okay, this one's okay. This more recent video, this more recent how-to video right above my head is okay in terms of how-to advice, but I would say that you could have communicated value more clearly here. So in this thumbnail, and can you guys see it? Let me go ahead and zoom in for you. In this thumbnail and in this title, which by the way, your click-through rate is half of the equation of success on YouTube, as you're aware, and then the other half of success is your audience retention. And I'm just gonna talk about click-through rate because I can't actually see your audience retention right now. But if we're looking at this video right here, beginner's guide on how to make kimchi. So right here, you've got one of your hosts in the thumbnail, which is great, but you can't actually see the kimchi. Where is the kimchi in this thumbnail? Is it down here? Is that kimchi? I don't know. Is she actually making kimchi there? I can't see it. Is it good kimchi? What is so easy about making kimchi in this video? All I see as a viewer who's trying to click on your video or discover your channel, all I can see here is that there's a woman and there's some ingredients. You're not communicating clear value here. If you want to show that there's a host and she's making kimchi easy, then maybe show the final kimchi in the thumbnail and then have a smiling host there on a clean background. It communicates simplicity. She's smiling, it's done. It's just so easy to make that kimchi. You can also consider a side-by-side thumbnail where you show like a handful of simple ingredients here, an arrow, and then on the right-hand side, here is your final kimchi here on the right-hand side. Those types of thumbnails slay for content that's showing you the process of getting from one set of ingredients, for example, to the final product and showing how easy it is to get there. So you're not clearly communicating the value of this video through your thumbnail. I have no idea what this video is about. This is just a lady with some ingredients, if I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. So I think communicating value there is really, really important. If we go back and we look at your most popular videos of all time, and I really would love to do a full channel review for you, but we can talk about it later. Let's look at your top videos and identify some things that you've done well in the past that maybe you could repeat today. Ooh, these are really, really good. You know what, you're doing what I'm talking about here in your most popular videos, and I didn't even have to look at your most popular videos to see. What do you guys think in chat? What do you guys think of these thumbnails? Do you think what I'm telling them is correct in terms of their thumbnails and titles? Because I think that this is a huge factor as to why they're successful or not. So if you do not have a chicken coop, if you have a chicken coop, do not do this. This is an incredibly powerful thumbnail. It is providing you with some sort of learning value, that's true. But you're doing a lot of the things that I talked about a moment ago with learning value. You're showing the final thing that you're teaching someone in the thumbnail. The final thing is this chicken coop. Don't do it. So you're providing unique value in this video, and then you're also providing the how-to value. So you're not teasing, like there's a partial tease. You're saying do not do this, but it's not a full tease. You're showing the final value. If it were a full tease, then nobody would click this video. If it was just a dude there saying, this is important in the thumbnail and saying, do not do this with chicken coops, and you didn't show what it was in terms of chicken coops that you shouldn't be doing, then nobody would click this freaking video. That's my opinion. So that's part of it. Let's also talk, I don't have as much time to, I guess, do the deep research on your channel here, but there's gotta be some sustainable living and outdoor living trends that you are not necessarily tapping into, or maybe that you have stopped tapping into that were big when you got big with your channel that are no longer big today, right? Is that fair to say? I'm not saying, I guess, necessarily a clear set of like sub-themes within sustainable content that you're tapping into today, outside of the off-the-grid bunker and food storage. So let's go ahead and just do some quick research on Google Trends and see if we can identify this for you. I've never done an on-the-fly channel review, semi-channel review, so we're gonna see that. Off-grid. We're gonna do some quick Google Trends research. You guys get to see live, I suppose, what I would normally do offline, off the grid. Okay, so we're gonna look at YouTube search, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the last 90 days. We're gonna look off-grid and off the grid and see what the top terms are. Off-grid, living off-grid, off-grid solar. Okay, looks like Doug and Stacy off-grid, or you're one of the top search results for off-grid, so congratulations. And let's look at off the grid. So it looks like homesteading is really, really important, and it looks like solar is really big. So just the terms off the grid and solar and homesteading are really big. So looks like solar is the #1 topic for living off the grid. So are you guys, in the last 90 days, are you guys making solar content? Where's the solar? I'm not seeing solar here, guys. So that's a huge opportunity for you. Like, by me doing 10 seconds of research, clearly solar is really, really important as a term, and solar is it's the #1 unique term related to being off the grid that you guys could tap into. So perhaps you could make some content about how to put solar panels on your house, or how to leverage solar power in order to better live off of the grid. I see you're doing storage stuff. I see homesteading conference. You're seeing that here. You have your garden destroyed, so you have some random stuff here, but it looks like this solar trend would be really, really important. And here's just another general tip I would give you as well. Right now, you have this kind of, it kind of looks cheap text, and it's kind of off-putting. I'll be perfectly honest, this text right here, when you put like a yellow text with a red background like this, it's kind of too much text in the thumbnail and not enough showing the thing itself. So you don't have to have off-grid bunker and food storage in your thumbnail if your title already has off-grid bunker and food storage. So one of the top feedbacks I could give you and anyone else who's looking to grow their channel is not to repeat the exact same information in terms of text. Okay, you have no solar, but stay tuned. Okay, I would highly recommend adding solar to your programming grid based on just the brief research I did. But do not repeat precisely the same information in your thumbnail as you do in your title. You're wasting real estate in your thumbnail that you could be using in your title. And this is something incredibly important for everyone watching the stream right now to know. Off-grid bunker and food storage, off-grid bunker and food storage, the next step. So the only unique thing we get here is the next step. I don't know. That it's just wasted real estate. I think if you took this text away and you just had this off-grid bunker and food storage that he was pointing to, and maybe like an arrow or something like that to the unique element of it, then off-grid bunker and food storage would make sense. Dude pointing to thing. What is that thing? Off-grid bunker and food storage. Now that's more clear. You're not repeating the same information twice. Also, why should I watch this video? Like, it's all about value for you guys. Like, I'm seeing that's the big issue, the value. What is unique about this What is unique about this off-grid bunker and food storage? Is it the best option? Are you going to teach me something about it? Is it a new strategy for off-grid storage or food bunker? Is there some kind of something you're overcoming? Like some kind of challenge you've overcome to build this? There's no actual value being communicated through this thumbnail and through this title. There's nothing new. There's nothing, I mean, unique. It's off-grid bunker and food storage, so I guess that's unique. It's not the best. You're not really teaching anybody or anything, or I can't really tell that you're teaching, and you're not overcoming a challenge. So I don't know why I would click that video or watch it. You're not communicating any of the 5 content values clearly here. A little bit of unique, maybe a little bit of learning, but I just can't tell what's even going on or why I should watch this video. New, best, unique, challenge, learning. Communicate as many of those as you can in your thumbnail and title simultaneously, and you will be more successful on YouTube. And if you look at your most popular videos, that's what you're doing in your most popular videos. Crazy stump removal. Funny how-to. Okay, so crazy stump removal, this is unique. This is learning because you are teaching people how to, and it's also like best in category because this is something like that goes way above and beyond anything you've ever seen before. So you have 3 types of value. 1, 2, 3 types of value being communicated through this video. So it got more views than your other videos because you communicated more value in the video through the thumbnail and through the title. It's really that simple, everybody. That's why Ali A gets more views than everybody in gaming, is because he's communicating more value through his thumbnails and through his titles. 3 types of value here, 1.2 million views. It's really that simple. Let's take a look at this one. Chicken coop for $50 in 1 hour build. Wow, is that so much value? Okay, you're learning how to build a chicken coop, so learning is there, that's value number 1. You're saving money. That's incredibly important, so that's giving people the best way to do something. You're building a chicken coop in 1 hour. That's additional value. That's a unique way to do this thing. That's incredibly important. And also you could argue that 1 year ago, building chicken coops was a new trend. So you're communicating new value as well. So you're doing 4, and also you're communicating that there's a challenge of you have a budget. You have a budget here that you have to stay within in order to accomplish this. You're actually communicating all 5 sets of value in 1 video. And so that video got 4.5 million views because you did all 5 of the content values in 1 video. I don't know. I just ranted about your channel for 15 minutes. If you'd like me to do a full channel review, go ahead and become my $25 patron. Thank you very much for your donation. That's just me giving you some on-the-fly advice, just at a glance on your channel. Long story short, the more clearly you communicate value through your thumbnails and titles, as we just proved through your most popular videos, the more views you are going to get. New, best, unique, challenge, learning. How many of those can you pack in to a single thumbnail and title? The more of them you can pack in, the more views you get, as we just proved by analyzing your top performing videos. That was the first time I've done an on-the-fly mini channel review. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Off the grid, thank you very much for your donation. I really appreciate it. I'd love to actually go more in depth in your channel because I think that the type of content you're making is something I know next to nothing about, and it would be fascinating for me to do research on that topic. Anyway, thank you for your support. Spooby HD, we're doing a channel review for Spooby in the next stream, so I'm really excited about that. Great. Question from Al Monty, what happened to mobile gaming? I will be doing more mobile gaming on the channel here shortly. However, that mobile gaming content is going to be maybe 1 in every 5 videos, probably. Great. So I promised Blue Angels Gaming. Yeah, you're welcome, Off Grid. I feel like I wish I could have given you more value by doing more research, but there it is. So that was just some on-the-fly feedback, I guess you could say, for you. Thank you very much for your support. And if you're friends of Darsizzle Offshore, tell Darsizzle I said hello. I love Darsizzle Offshore. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Blue Angels Gaming. And because I promised Blue Angels we would have a look at their channel real quick, and let's all provide some crowdsourced feedback for Blue Angels Gaming. If you guys are enjoying this stream and you want to ask me your questions, feel free to ask in chat. I'm reading chats on all platforms: Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube. Let's freaking go. Question from Talanas Game. Wow, good to see you. Talus Gaming. How's the kiddo? Fantastic. Doing wonderful. I've got 2 kids and they're doing excellently. Thank you for asking. So Blue Angels Gaming, quick feedback for you on your channel. You're doing some good things here, actually. Oh man, so many Clash of Clans channels asking me to help them break through. Okay. I do have some advice for you that I think it's, I don't know. Here's just some quick advice. So let's do some crowdsourced thumbnail and title feedback. Since thumbnails and titles are actually more important than your actual video on YouTube, what do you guys think of this thumbnail and title? Everybody in chat, what do you guys think about this? Type in chat what you think. Give me your feedback on this thumbnail and title and what you think Blue Angels Gaming could do to improve this thumbnail and title right now. Let us know in chat. Tantalus Gaming says, I have no idea what it means. Okay. Hero Jalen, chill. By the way, I want you guys please ask me specific questions because I don't just do channel reviews for full-blown channel reviews for people. So when people ask, hey, how can I get more subs? I'm not gonna answer that question. Hey, how can I get more views? I'm not gonna answer that question. But if you want to ask me like a specific question about your channel or a specific question that you want me to look at, let me know. Blue Angels Gaming, I think, doing a thumbnail review for you, I think is appropriate. It looks raw, Hero Jalen says. Got it. Any other advice, any other feedback on this thumbnail and title? What do you guys think? Blue Angels Gaming himself says, it's terrible. Oops. Any other feedback from the audience? Anything specific you want to tell him? Any feedback you want to give this creator on how to improve this thumbnail and title? Can you guys see it properly? I zoomed in pretty far. What do you guys think? What do you think? Too many words. Robin You Blind. Oh, the best, arguably the best Twitch account name ever. Robin You Blind says too many words and the color does not mesh well with the text in the background. That's great feedback. Thank you for that. So Blue Angels Gaming is giving us a little bit of heads up that he had to stream with about 5 minutes heads up, used the event banner for the thumbnail, and wasn't happy with it. Got it. Okay. So he recognizes that this is not a good thumbnail. Okay. So just some quick feedback on this thumbnail. I think a lot of what you guys said are astute observations, but I would also tell you that, yeah, I mean, having a brown text on top of a brown background, not good. There's way too much text in this thumbnail, as you're aware, so not only can you not read it, there's literally too much text there to even understand what's happening. And I can't tell even what game this is. So having some imagery from the game there would be really important. And overall it's too dark as well. And the title is decent, Elite TH12 War Attacks, an all TH12 event, but I can't tell what game it is. I can't tell what I'm looking at. I can't tell, there's no value being communicated, and there's multiple of the same color against the same background. So yes, I think that pretty much everything I would completely, in the future, I would completely delete this type of thumbnail from your mind. I would consider changing this thumbnail in retrospect to clearly communicate what value this stream had. And that value may be something like, TH12s, right? So this thumbnail next to it shows TH12 and shows 5 stars, and maybe making a new thumbnail and putting it here would help the stream get views retroactively, okay? It looks like Tomb Raider Hero, Jalen says. Yeah, I would agree. So this thumbnail, let's go ahead and provide a little bit of feedback here. I actually think this one's pretty good. So a level 5 TH12 in the thumbnail is good. I think that it clearly shows what the subject of this video is, and it's communicating what values, okay? We're getting best value, so best is good. Why? Because it's a level 5 TH12, so we have one kind of value there. Okay, but when it comes to your title, you aren't really communicating a lot of additional value. What's happening here? Upgrading the town hall to max? That's just communicating more best value. Yeah, but what other value can we provide through this video? Are you teaching us how to upgrade to max and what you did to get there? If so, that's not communicated through this. Is there some sort of unique thing about this? Some unique strategy that you used to get here? That's not being communicated. Was it hard? Was it a challenge? Did you overcome adversity to be able to upgrade to this level? I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing any value other than saying, look, the best thing. That's only one kind of value. And I feel like if we actually watch this video all the way through, we would see that there is at least one other kind of value that you provided in this video, like you taught us something, or you overcame some sort of challenge, you had some kind of experience here. That's not communicated at all through your thumbnail and your title. So because you only have one kind of value being communicated here, there's only this limited performance on the content. That would be my initial feedback for you, Blue Angels Gaming. When you're showing something that's the best in a video game, you have to communicate some other additional value on top of that. Is there something new also the best? Are you teaching some people something plus it's the best? Did you overcome a challenge to become the best? You can't just say, look, the best thing. People don't want to just look at the best thing. They want an additional value attached to the best thing. Just a quick tip for you, Blue Angels Gaming, okay? All right, we're gonna have to wrap this stream up very soon, but I wanted to make sure I hit yet another fast pass question from another patron. This one is from Morelia. This is a real good one. Guys, pay attention to this one. And I'm really looking forward to doing that full channel review on Spooby. You wish you could listen, you're in class right now? Spooby, don't worry. The channel review for you is happening tomorrow. So do not worry, my friend. And I really appreciate Spooby becoming one of my top patrons, or becoming one of my new patrons. Right over here, Spooby HD became one of my $25 patrons, and he'll get that channel review tomorrow. So here's the question from Relia. Fast pass question from my patron. Any thoughts on going live on the fly? Maybe a new piece of gaming news drops and you want to share the information. Is it a good idea to go live on YouTube from your phone daily and then just delete the private or boring videos? This is a great question. You're loving the stream. Thanks, Hero Jalen. I appreciate that. This is a great question. Should you just fire up a stream on your phone? Should you just fire up a stream on the fly on your computer? Should you just go live out of nowhere and do something new? So the answer to that question, I have a very, very clear answer to that question. And everybody pay attention, pay close attention. So the short answer to that is no, I do not on YouTube recommend going live on the fly. I absolutely do not recommend it under any circumstances whatsoever. Because going live on the fly results in you making some mistakes along the way. So let's go ahead and go to my Stream Now tab and let's talk about the different elements that are involved in going live on the fly. So when you go live on the fly, some issues with that include the fact that you don't necessarily have a custom thumbnail created, right? you can put a title in when you go live on the fly, but you don't necessarily have a custom thumbnail locked and loaded. And as you guys know, having a custom thumbnail is absolutely required and is mandatory to be able to get more views and to get that click-through rate that you need on YouTube. And also to communicate the value of what's happening in your stream. You're welcome, Blue Angels Gaming. I'm happy to help you. And to communicate the value of what's in your stream, okay? So going live on the fly prevents that from happening. You can input a title, so you can get that, but the title isn't good enough because you're up against a competitor that's going to have a badass title and thumbnail combination that clearly communicates value, and they are going to destroy you. So going live on the fly prevents that from happening on YouTube, and you will be punished in the algorithm when YouTube shows your stream and nobody's clicking on that stream. So going live is bad for that reason. Going live now is bad for that reason. But what you can do is you can schedule events quickly. This is my live now one, but look, I've got upcoming events coming up here. You can schedule events quickly on the fly. So let's say that there's a piece of news that's coming up. These are my upcoming streams that I've got scheduled for this week so you guys can see. Let's say you've got an upcoming, a piece of news just dropped. Let's just say, you know, such and such patch just dropped and you want to do a stream about it, okay? You can click this button right here based on a previous event, and it will create a new live event for you on YouTube. And this is the events tab, by the way. The events tab is where everything should be, where you should live whenever you're doing live content on YouTube. Okay, always be in the events tab. But you can copy the settings from a previous live event, and it'll copy all of those over quickly so that you can very, very quickly set that new stream up to save time. I do recommend having a template set up in something like Canva, perhaps. I love using Canva for your thumbnails. And so if you have, like, let's say you have, I'm gonna pull up my Canva. Let's say you've got an easy to use template like I've got right here, right? So let's say this is my thumbnail template, and I quickly need to change the subject matter of the stream. So instead of how to become a full-time live streamer, like I'm using in Canva right here, let's say I need to make it how to become a full-time, I don't know, I'm just gonna do something on the fly. You can say YouTuber. All right, I just changed the subject of the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and swap the image out. Let's go ahead and search for, you know, creator here on Canva, and maybe this is the type of creator. I'm just using an example. Maybe I want to show a different type of creator here in my thumbnail. Got it, and we'll put her right there. Go ahead and go back. Okay, and let's go ahead and mix up the color here in the background. And I'm just kind of showing you guys an example, right, of how you could quickly make this thumbnail look different. Let's go ahead and use this filter to change the color a little bit. Got it. How to become a full-time YouTuber. Looks good. Let's go ahead and take this image. Let's go ahead and filter this using an edge filter. There we go. This looks significantly different. It's starting to look a little different than my previous one. Notice how I'm very quickly, you know, changing this thumbnail and making it look actually decently different. How to become a full-time YouTuber. Maybe it was how to become, you know, a real YouTuber, something like that. Okay, now my template's done. Now I can download this thumbnail and it's done. Because I had a template created for this thumbnail, I was able to very quickly, in this example, I'm not gonna actually purchase the image that I just contracted there. I was able to very quickly modify this old thumbnail and very quickly create a new one on the fly that I'm able to drop into my event. So templatizing your thumbnails will allow you to go live quickly with a custom thumbnail, so that when you create a new event based on your live settings, you can create a custom thumbnail and communicate clear value in a premium way, okay? Tice, it's great to see you in chat. Awesome to see you. So if you can do that thumbnail template and you can reuse settings from a previous live event, then you can go live on the fly. But do not ever, under any circumstances on YouTube, use the Stream Now feature and keep that VOD up afterwards. Generally speaking, your Stream Nows are going to be trash. They can be like, they're just throwaway content. Why waste your time making a piece of throwaway content that isn't going to live on your channel afterwards? So I would tell you 100% of the time, create a custom thumbnail, create an event, and go live to that event. And you can stream 2 events on the fly using something like Restream, which is what I'm using right now. I've got a link in my description if you guys are interested in Restream, but you can stream directly to YouTube events using Restream as well. So that would be my recommendation on Stream Now versus events. Stay away from Stream Now. It's bad because you cannot get a custom thumbnail and title, okay? Big Kneesies here. Thank you everybody for joining. We're gonna end it there. We're already well over an hour. Thank you very much once again to the two folks that donated during the stream. Off Grid gave 20 bucks. Thank you very much to get a quick bit of advice, I guess, on their channel. I would love to do a full channel review for them if they become a patron. And then Eddie gave me $20 through a super chat. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Excellent. I'm going to answer more of your questions on the next live stream, so be sure to follow on the avenue that you're on right now. If you're on Mixer, follow. If you're on Twitch, follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitter, follow. 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, we're going live, baby. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm just trying to bring you guys as much value as I possibly can every single live stream. You guys are amazing. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let's go. Spooby HD is getting that legendary channel review. My name is Andrew Wall. Keep creating amazing content. I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you very much for all of your financial support that helps me make this possible. Adios, amigos. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.